Welcome to Doomsday T on DC this week. And first things first, Joker's the number one rated R movie in the world. Air Green Lantern Ryan Reynolds tweeted out a congratulations for that. Of course, he was Deadpool 1 and 2 was, a couple of the top grossing R-rated movies ever. Matrix Reloaded or a couple of the other ones. But number one right now is the Joker. So I said, man, DC is quietly hitting grand slams. Good for them. Me, I'm super glad. Of course, whenever a movie's making that much money, it's probably gonna make $1 billion. They're talking about sequels, and it seems like everybody's more on board for it now. Like I said, man, that cash starts flowing. Everybody of course wants to take advantage of it. So who knows what we're going to get? Leto, there's been all kinds of reports about him being mad, and he's probably not going to be the Joker anymore, or whatever. Like I said, I like Leto. I don't ever. It's got to be something really bad, or something that I just can't seem to justify in my head before I'm going to say anything bad about DC movies and stuff, because I just feel like we're lucky to live in this time to get these live action movies of our favorite comic book characters. So I'm just not going to be real hard on it, man. I think DC's done excellent. I have no real complaints. Very little, and it's real, to me it's kind of just nitpicky. But like I said, man, Joaquin and Todd Phillips and Warner Brothers and DC all have hit, a grand slam. And looking forward to more. All the girls, Birds of Prey, they're, I guess, going to Brazil to the Comic Con down there, the CCXP in Brazil. Apparently, we're getting another Birds of Prey trailer down there, and we will also get a Wonder Woman 84 trailer, and that's really the big news. And along with the Wonder Woman 84 trailer, we did find out yesterday that Maxwell Lord is in Wonder Woman 84, and everybody was right with it being the Pedro Pascal. So man, golly, what Wonder Woman, what she's seen in her head with Steve Trevor is probably Maxwell Lord messing with her. It's my guess. I've not heard anybody say that. That's my guess. So we'll see. Maxwell Lord in the comic books, if y'all remember, back before 52, whenever DC created this huge universe. Of course, it's still like that now and all that. But anyway, I don't want to get on that subject for sure. But if you remember, Maxwell Lord was the guy that had taken over Superman's head, and Superman about killed Batman. Anyway, Wonder Woman was fighting Superman, trying to get him to snap out of it, and anyway, she went to Max Lord, and it was videoed, and it was broadcast throughout the world. But she took Maxwell's head and basically broke his neck like Superman did in Man of Steel, that everybody had so much problem with, which I never understood. Zach definitely put Superman in a position that, what was he supposed to do, I guess? I don't know. But I think that Zach took that Wonder Woman, he wanted to be brutal, at least a little bit with Superman. And I think he did take that Maxwell Lord Wonder Woman neck-breaking scene and put that into the Man of Steel movie. But I digress. But that's what we got to look forward to. So that is like the 1st of December. Dang, I can't remember the dates. It's like a single digit, 5, 6, 7, 8 something. The 1st of December is that CCXP, the Brazilian Comic Con. And so like I said, all the Birds of Prey girls are down there. I mean, maybe, I don't know if Gal Gadot's down there or not, Patty Jenkins, but we're getting trailers. We're getting trailers for both those movies at that Comic Con. So like I said, man, get the first look at that Wonder Woman's gonna be so cool. You know, we got to get, hope we get a good look at her and what's going on. And we haven't saw anything on Cheetah. So are we going to finally get a look at Cheetah? Man, let's hope, right? But moving right along. Next up, let me just say, if you've not saw Titans, if you're not watching Titans this season, and I probably said this already in another episode. Let me say it again, because this is going to be a short episode. There's not a lot to talk about. Start watching the Titans, even if you don't watch season 1, which is cool. Like I said, they were definitely finding their footing on season 1. But man, season 2 really feels like you're watching like a comic book. I don't use the word movie. Just, like you're watching a comic book. Like, it just feels right. The tone, I think they were trying to find that tone in the first season. The tone has been found. And Titans is hitting on all freaking levels right now. They're hitting on all cylinders, man. Check that out. Watch, just start from season 2. I don't want to crap on season 1, but honestly, whenever you get to where we're at on season 2, if you haven't watched season 1, you'll go back and watch it. And you know what? I bet if I was to go back and watch season 1, which I loved season 1, I was hooked from day one. I would probably soak it in more. I would understand. I don't know. Probably like it even more than I did the first time. So, but man, check out season 2 of the Titans. I can't push that enough. I cannot push that enough. So good, so good. A few more things. I don't have HBO Plus. Everybody's raving about the Watchmen pilot. I can only give you hearsay, just what people are saying. It just sounds like they've, it is different. It is in the future or whatever of, from like where the movie or the book left off. But like I said, I don't want to speak on it because I've not saw it. But everybody's saying watch it. That the pilot is great. So check it out. I'm going to give you this little tidbit of news before we get to our last bit and move on to T's Toys. Momoa said somewhere, I guess he was being interviewed or whatever, and he just said, of course, I think I already said, Aquaman 2's mapped out. He took that a step further this week, and he said that this one has a lot of layers. He goes, it's a lot bigger than what the first one was, which is unimaginable. I can't imagine a second Aquaman movie being as big and grand as that first one, but I trust Momoa, man. He says it's huge. And I guess, they got to start feeling that soon. They need a 2022 release. And, well, of course, like I said, I guess some of that special effects stuff's rendered. It's there. They can reuse some of it. So I don't know what's new. Like I said, we don't know the story yet. But story's mapped out. Momoa says it's huge. A lot of layers. So take it for what it's worth. That's straight from Aquaman's mouth. So Arthur Curry, you should be able to trust him, I would think. And last thing on the news this week, looks like we are going to get a new Arkham game, and I think they're saying it's going to be called Arkham Legacy. All the Bat players will be playable, which, that was reported months ago that they thought that, first of all, in Court of Owls, that was the other rumor, and that's what they're saying now, that it's going to be based off the Court of Owls. All the Bat family characters will be playable. I love it. That's awesome. And now the other rumor I heard, that this has been a month or two ago, was that Batman is actually going to be captured. You're going to be forced to use Batgirl, Red Hood, Robin, one of the Robins. I don't know, Huntress. They're going to put Huntress on there. Why not? I would. You got Birds of Prey coming out. I'd slap Huntress on there, man. But we'll see. I don't know. It's been rumored so long. Surely they've been working on it, right? So that's big news, man. I don't know if you play those games. I've beat all of them twice. Um, some of them 3 times, man. Arkham Origin is a sleeper. It's good. But Arkham City, that second one, man. Oh, that's the best. That's just the best. And of course, the first one's great. The first one, I won't say it's the best. I mean, it is the best. It's great. That second one's so good. And like I said, Origin gets a little bit of bad deal, and whatever. But and actually, Arkham Knight gets a lot of bad deal, a lot of bad things said about it. And I love it, man. I loved all the Batmobile stuff in it. Some of it's hard, and you got to think or whatever. So what, man? I mean, if you're Batman, you're in the city or whatever, you're going to use the Batmobile. It's there. So I just thought that was cool news. Wanted to pass that along. And all I've got for you tonight on T's Tories is I wanted to cover, I've got a couple of other things, but this Batmobile in particular, this remote control car, the monster truck, and I've had this thing for a long time. Let me tell you about this thing. I have tried to jump it downstairs. I've tried to jump it off cliffs, or I ain't tried to do none of this. I've done it. I've jumped it off stairs. I've jumped it off cliffs. I've jumped it off, brick walls or whatever, like, little like retaining walls or, something, whatever. And, man, there's not a scratch on this thing. I can't kill this Batmobile. I can't do anything to destroy this Batmobile. So, anyway, I don't know if it's available anymore, but I do love this one. Like I said, man, there's really not a scratch on it. This one, though, is not like the other two we showed you last week. This one, it's got a battery that fits in the back here, which, it's actually easy to change. You just flip the gate open back here. See, it's got just a little gate, and that's the battery. That's the battery right here, sliding right out of a little cartridge battery. It's a 6.0, and you just plug it into, I've got a little thing you plug into the wall. You just slide this thing up in it, put it in the wall, and you're ready to jump it off of whatever, because you ain't going to break it. I can tell you that right now. At least I can't seem to break it, that's for sure. So anyway, just wanted to show you this cool little remote control Batmobile. I think I've got, like, downstairs, dang, I did have a Batman Forever when it lights up. I guess that's what I've got. But I've also got one that's either from Batman 1 or 2, but it's just like a convertible. But you can put figures in it, and I think it might actually turn in reverse. I don't know. Like, I think one of them, but it's actually pretty cool. It's fun. Just think, I got any Batmobile, like, remote control car. I was trying to think. I don't think I have one of the 67 movie or the old Adam West TV show. Man, did I buy one? There was one out there at one time, but it seemed like it was real high, man. It might have been like $100 or something, but I can't remember. I don't think I have that one, and that is my favorite Batmobile. I love that thing. But that's going to wrap it up this week for T's Toys, and it's going to wrap it up also for Doomsday T on DC. But one thing, man, I've had nothing but good things to report over the last couple months. That's relieving. That's cool. I will defend DC to the end. Are you kidding me? I will defend it to the end, but, man, I ain't defending nothing. I'm riding the wave, man. I'm surfing. I'm riding that wave with them, man. DC, like I said, they're knocking it out of the park, and I guess I'm on the bases just trotting around with them. You know what I mean? I'm just scoring right along with them. That's what it feels like. Or they're hitting, they're at least hitting a triple, and I'm scoring on it. You know what I mean? Because I feel real good about what's going on. But no, Joker's a grand slam. Aquaman's a grand slam. So, and we're moving forward. I've talked about the way everything breaks down in the universe over and over, but I am curious how it's going to play out. And with the Max with Lord, there's so many ways to join things in different worlds, and you could easily have Aquaman, Shazam, Wonder Woman, like, or at least from the first DC extended universe. Easily have them in with the Pattinson verse or whatever you want to do. You know, there's plenty of ways to world jump and mix things that if DC really wants to do it, then they will do it, and that's what we'll get. Oh yeah, one other thing I do want to bring up before we get off here is I was commenting back and forth on the Watchtower page on Facebook, which I encourage y'all to join. But you know, I think I've mentioned it before about the Green Lanterns being on Suicide Squad, and there's been all kinds of pictures and talking about, you know, this and that, but you know what those guys built with Thor, or like Ragnarok, which I know they didn't do that or whatever, but like Guardians and all that. I mean, I feel like that's what we're going to get. Oh, I know. Well, they said that, of course, Suicide Squad is going to be like more of a comedy, which I get that. Like, I figured it was going to be like I said, like Thor Ragnarok. There's something about it. Like, I feel like that's the tone they're going for with that. And I think we're going to world jump, and that's why I think we're going to get the Green Lanterns. We could get World. We could get a lot of things like, yeah, I mean, whenever you do a Suicide Squad movie, I mean, yeah, what we got, I've watched it a million times, but, you know, with Gunn at the helm, man, and Warner Brothers is seeming to be a little more wide open to things, and I think they have their line that's unique to them, and that's going to sell for them to push DC and those movies forward and to get the views, and I mean, right now they're getting the views for sure. So, like I said, I'm curious about Birds of Prey. That's the only one that I do not know how to gauge. It's the only one I don't know how to gauge. I hope it's great. I hope it's another grand slam. But I think after that, you know, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Suicide Squad, Aquaman, and then maybe a Shazam or a Black Adam, those are grand slams, man. Those are grand slams. So, like I said, man, you know, party on, DCers, you know, because we got it good right now, man. Let's kick back. Let's put our feet up. And let's enjoy this ride, because, man, they are putting out good stuff right now. And I'm all for it. You know, I love it. So, like I said, that's going to wrap it up this week for Doomsday T on DC. And as always, you have to be good or good at it. Do you know what I mean? You have to be good at it. It goes a lot of ways if you think about it. Don't think about it the way you're thinking about it right now. Let's think about it a couple other ways, okay? But that's going to do it. You know, I love you all. Love doing this. I mean, like I said, I don't care if zero people watches this. I love DC, and I'm putting it out there. So thanks for watching. This is Doomsday T on DC, and we will see you next week. Love you. Peace out. I guess that's peace out, ain't it? You know me. We're rocking out. See ya.